Yes. Hello everybody. Welcome to Panda's Kitchen. Today we're making Pasta Primavera, and which I think literally translates to spring vegetables. I'm a couple months late to the party. However, I do want to capture the essence of this dish, which is really just using the vegetables that are in season and making a delicious pasta out of it. So Tony and I went to the farmer's market. Farmer's markets are an amazing place to go to. The atmosphere is just great. Bottom line is that you can get the freshest produce at prices cheaper than most grocery stores, and you're supporting local small businesses, which is even more important after a crazy 2020. Find your local farmer's market, bring cash, straight cash, homie. Anywho's,
Pitter patter.
let's get at it! So here's the order that we're gonna do everything, okay? First off, you wanna start off by boiling the pasta water. And make sure you salt that pretty heavily. It should be as salty as your tears. I've heard the ocean, but that's too salty. Then, we're going to prepare our aromatics and start infusing that with the butter low and slow, and then we'll prep our other vegetables. There's no really waiting around here. Everything comes together pretty quickly. You just need to follow the order. Okie doke! Half white onion dice. When you do a parallel cut, angle the knife ever so slightly down. That's probably the safest way to do it. Then we'll use about 4 cloves of garlic. Kind of put it down like this, and I just press down a little bit, and that kind of releases some of the garlic. On the bottom here, right, you have this little nub. You're not gonna eat that, so just cut that off, and then peeling it becomes a lot easier. See? Easy peasy. So we're going to crush the garlic using a garlic crusher. So I'll show you my favorite way to do a quick mince with a knife if you don't have a crush. I'll just do it for one of the cloves. Grab your nub, put your knife on it, the flat end, give it a good whack. So you see how it kind of crumbled apart, and just run your knife over it using a seesaw motion. There you go, and you have crushed garlic. Okay, but we're gonna use a garlic press for the rest of it. We're gonna put about 2 to 3 tablespoons of butter in a saucepan on low heat. We want this to go low and slow and infuse with the aromatics, and then we're gonna prep the rest of the vegetables while that's happening. Onions and garlic are cooking away. I'm only gonna use half the zucchini. This thing's massive. Go right there, then cut out the end here. We'll compost that. My favorite way to cut zucchini and squash for this type of dish is a half moon. So cut it in half lengthwise, like so. Put it down the flat end, and then you're gonna cut it again down the middle, okay? Then from there, cut into about 1/2-inch chunks, right? Next we have summer squash, and we'll do the same exact thing. We'll actually end up using this whole one just because it's not as big. Okay, we have a red bell pepper. So I don't know if we'll end up using this whole thing either, because this one's also big, but just cut off the top and then flip it like this, and we'll just cut down the seams right here. See how it just kind of like falls apart like that? We don't want the seeds or the white part because that's very bitter. Use your hands and scoop it out. And if you have any weird seeds stuck in there, just give them a quick rinse. Try to go for the same like half moon shape. So I'm gonna, there you go. These are the vegetables that we'll saute. So I'm gonna jack the heat up in the pan to about medium high, and then we'll start sauteing. Next we'll prep our peas. If you spread it open like so, you get all these delicious peas inside. We're aiming for about 1/4 cup of peas. Okay, so this might not look like a ton of peas, but peas can be overpowering if there's too much of them. So that's why we're only doing about 1/4 cup. We're gonna boil these for about 3 minutes with the pasta. When you have 3 minutes left on your pasta, just throw these in, okay? We're gonna put our pasta in the boiling water and start working on our sauce. It says 10 minutes to cook. We're gonna go 1 minute shy because we're gonna finish in the sauce. So we're actually gonna only cook this for 9 minutes. As soon as the pasta goes in, you gotta give it a quick stir, otherwise it's gonna clump together. We're good to go, set your timer. Garlic got a little toasted, that's fine. Go with the rest of your vegetables. Okay. Hit that with a pinch of salt. Give that a good stir. Hit it with some pepper. If you want some spice, you can substitute the pepper for red pepper flake if you like. Just let this go, cook, and everything should time out perfectly with the cooking of this and the cooking of the pasta and the peas. So you really don't have to do much. Just stir every once in a while to make sure nothing burns and cooks evenly. So these brown specks that stick at the bottom of the pan, this is called fond. This is basically ingredients that are kind of sticking to the bottom, which is not a bad thing. There's a lot of flavor in here. If you do happen to get this, which you will not get if you're using non-stick, I'm using stainless steel, we can actually bring all that flavor back into the dish. So I have some white wine here, or you can use water, it doesn't matter. But any sort of liquid, I'm gonna use about a quarter cup. And then you can scrape it up using your wooden spoon. Now you just brought all that back into this dish.
All that flavor.
Flavor Town. And as you can see, the alcohol from the wine kind of scraped off all that burnt stuff. If you do use wine, however, cook it for at least 2 minutes to let the alcohol cook off. Okay, so the pasta and peas are done, but do not strain it. You can use one of these spiders to fish it out, but if you do have to strain it, make sure you save half a cup of the pasta water, because that is crucial for binding this all together. Put the peas and pasta. This is 1 pound of penne, but use any sort of short pasta you want. Here we go. 2 ladles of pasta water. Not only does the pasta water help finish cooking the pasta here, but since we did salt the pasta water, it's also bringing in some seasoning. Keep mixing this around. And you want to do constant mixing because you want the fat from the butter and the pasta water to emulsify. Pasta water is very starchy, which is great because it acts to thicken up the sauce. And we're not using any cheese. So this is a pretty light pasta dish. But you might need to add more pasta water if necessary, if you start to hear it fry. You want to try to hear a boiling sound. So we're going to do this for about a minute or until the pasta's cooked through. If you're unsure if your pasta's done, the best way to do is just to taste it. When it's very close to being done, we won't add any more water. I'll turn off the heat at this point. So we'll pick out some basil and just finish our dish with it. It seems to be a good amount.
Oh yeah.
We have some fresh basil. This is totally optional, by the way. Pick off all the leaves from the stems. You can chop this up if you want, or you can just tear it with your hand. It gives a rustic vibe to it. Give everything one last mix. Okay, that's pretty much it.
So good. It's so fresh.
It's guilt-free pasta. There's still some guilt in there. It's pasta, but out of all the pastas you could eat in the world, this is pretty healthy.
We topped ours with fresh ground pepper, which I think really makes the dish.
You can totally top with some Parmesan cheese if you want, but decide against it. Right now, as it stands, this is a completely plant-based meal. If you have that lifestyle, then this is a perfect dish for you. We use plant-based butter. That was not real butter. Were the peas cooked well?
I love fresh peas. It's nice just to like go and get all the fresh vegetables from the farmer's market and then like make a nice, delicious dish like this when you get back.
The vegetables are really the star of the show in this dish. Great way to use up vegetables and just get them in your diet. It's a simple one. That's all you need to know.
Simple and delicious.
Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what other recipes you'd like to see next. I have plenty of Italian dishes, so go ahead and check out that playlist. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.
Okay, bye.